what pedagogical goals do you have, and how can you use Binogi to help reach those goals?
Thanks so much for inviting me here. First of all, Suzanne and Catherine, I appreciate this so much. I apologize in advance if you hear some kids rumbling. It's very much at the end of our school day here. I'm sitting at St. Aloysius School in Kitchener, Ontario. So things are happening and kids are excited about this transition. So I apologize if you hear a bell, okay, go off. But I'm so thankful to be here to be able to share. In truth, I have learned so much from so many of the beautiful colleagues that I get to work with each day. And I feel really fortunate that the Waterloo Catholic District School Board has, set some really strong goals to provide multilingual learning materials that are rich and robust and can really help and aid our multilingual learners, and not just them, but all the other students, our native English speakers as well, are getting some use out of this program as well. So thanks again for that. In response to your question, it's a big one. As teachers, we are ever changing. But I think about a pedagogical goal. I think of something that's going to be important for the long haul, and something that really kind of umbrellas our whole framework when we teach. So I think, firstly, promoting student achievement. So what will a student be able to accomplish and do when a lesson is complete, or when our time together is through? We want to leave them a little bit better off than when we found them. So, promoting student achievement is a big one. Secondly, to create an environment that is welcoming and culturally responsive to the learners that are in front of us, which at Waterloo Catholic, there is a large number of beautiful multilingual learners that we get to teach each day. So we feel a responsibility, absolutely, to make sure that we're targeting them, and that they are learning content and acquiring language at the same time. So it goes without saying, Binogi has definitely made a significant impact in the way that these pedagogical goals can be achieved. In many ways, we've seen it accelerate the learning of our multilingual students and create and foster a safe place for them to learn, build confidence. I think that has been transformative for us as teachers, is to just see the confidence building as it goes. We want to set high expectations for our students, and we want our students to leave the classrooms feeling challenged. And at the same time, we want to provide them with accessible material that leaves them motivated rather than discouraged. So we consider teaching style, feedback, assessment in all of our classrooms. And Binogi in itself is very student-centered, and it allows very easily for differentiation for our students. They can see and hear curriculum content in ways that is clear to them. Some students need to leverage their first language to show that they understand a particular content topic. So in many ways, and I know that Dr. Water, I think, already alluded to this, but they're using their first language as a scaffold and a resource, which is a beautiful thing. And it provides immediate feedback to students. So very quickly, as a teacher, we want to be able to connect to each student. Well, right away, they're going to see in quiz 1 or quiz 2 or quiz 3, maybe I have no more hearts left. I need to go back and review this content. I have to watch the video again. I have to check in with a peer. So it's giving them that, which is an amazing thing. And then equally as important as promoting student achievement, we think about creating that safe place, that welcoming place for these kids to be in our space and feel like their diverse needs are being met. So I know, I think it was Wafa mentioned, like they're excited when they see, their home language being, up on the big screen in a classroom. It validates, it gives them that feeling that it's important and celebrated. So I think that's a huge benefit that helps us when we think about Binogi being able to meet these goals. It's doing that. And we want to remember language is a social construct, right? So learning is what we are trying to accomplish, but it doesn't have to be achieved by using English. Learning is fluid and it can be achieved in many languages. So I had a student once say to me, Ms. Mendez, if you could get to see me, and she speaks Tigrinya, this student, if you could see me in Tigrinya, I'm really smart in Tigrinya. I'm really smart. And that was, you know, pretty shocking to hear. But it was important. I think it was an important lesson for me to hear, because if they're feeling this way, then how can I change that? So I think offering Binogi as a tool was that vehicle of making her to see that, no, you're smart in every language. It doesn't matter what language we're using. So absolutely, Binogi promotes that learning, and it gives kids a way to have accessible material that's really quick and easy for teachers. And you know, nowadays more than ever, I think teachers are feeling a little bit, in some cases, overwhelmed and really busy. And to say that we have a back pocket tool that's ready to go, easy to use, and we know is going to be a positive and make a positive impact, it's more than what we can say. Like it's everything. And I'm really pleased that WCDSB has taken on this initiative, because it just shows how important it is to us.